Hello, this is Muho and
Didier, hello.
from Mikage Kobe Cross Physio Clinic. Last time we talked a little bit about pain, about how we can deal with pain, and you also mentioned right view. Obviously, I talked about that in one of our workshops. The next one will be on June 15th. If somebody would ask me what is right view, now spontaneously I would say normally we say things are supposed to be like that, they're not supposed to be this. But right view then would mean to this is the way it is, without adding this perspective, but I would like to have it like that, or that's not the way it's supposed to be. To first, well, for example, when you're in pain, I'm not supposed to be in pain, would be one perspective, or the other, I'm in pain now. But then, of course, there is a limit, or kind of sometimes we need to change. For example, also in one of the last workshops I talked about, for one thing, we need to accept the world as it is, but then we also want to change things, both in ourselves and in the world. Of course, I'm always attached to this idea, I want to get enlightened. I'm not supposed to be this ordinary, foolish person. I want to be a better person. You can be too attached to this idea of your ideal self. I'm supposed to be different. But then, of course, we want to improve, we want to evolve, and we also want to make a positive, different impact on the world. Any kind of words from your side on this?
Like on the I think like
not only acceptance cannot be the whole. It's one side, but where do we stop to accept? For example, when we talk about pain, where do you stop to accept pain, and when do you care about it, so to speak?
If the pain is quite like super strong, I guess everyone would stop.
Yes.
Like if it's like a pain you.
But where's the difference between strong and super strong? Where's the limit?
Yeah, that's a good question, because pain is very subjective, and you learn it as a child, like looking at your mom's eye and face, like, oh, she's still smiling, so that should be okay because I hurt my knee or so. And if your mom is already like, wow, that's my poor child, and then you learn, okay, this is a very bad thing.
So would you say that maybe we are trained to be less pain tolerant nowadays?
Yeah, maybe, I guess so.
So we're getting trained to be hypersensitive in a way.
In a way, yeah. I mean, that can be good, but also bad. It depends on the situation. If we are talking about pain, then everyone would like to be less sensitive, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, on the other hand side, if you don't even feel your body, like ignoring it all the time, that's also not a healthy way to live. But considering pain, like it's nowadays there are painkillers, of course, but it's also still useful to have some techniques to deal with real pain.
Yes.
And we talked also about the difference of pain and suffering.
Yes.
So you can add your suffering, like your suffering thoughts on the pain, like oh my gosh, this is so this will get so worse, and maybe I will not be able to stand up again, or I will end up in a wheelchair or something. So you may put a lot of things on top of that just through your thinking, which I would call suffering, and which is like not really connected to the pain, but it starts. It's just human, very human to do so. And the real pain, like it's so individual. So, but like through sitting in meditation, I wouldn't say that you can hurt yourself too much. So I guess you went through a lot of experiences like that, and I see you have quite a healthy body. So, but of course, if you kind of have always the pain on a certain place for years, then maybe it would make sense to contact someone, or I think if you're doing that completely by yourself, then it would be good to have a teacher around you who can check. Like if you're doing yoga, you're always looking for a teacher who can check in your exercises. And I think the same goes for the Zazen also. Like you want maybe to talk also about the right view, like because as we talked in the last video, the right view is also, if you can step back from all your judgment, that may relieve so much tightness of your body, and you may you may have just less pain through that. So I think this kind of right view is so helpful, but it's not like I think you cannot tell, okay, you have to see that like this or like this. We have to, it's more about letting go our own views and then like just see without so many judgments maybe. I mean, nowadays everything is so like you're put into black or white or green or pink, or so there you're put easily into some corners or so. But I would say like going a step back and just looking at let's say diversity, or like if you look at nature, like a healthy forest, there are so many different kind of trees and so many different insects, and if you look into the ocean, there are so many different living beings there. So, and it's like all interconnected, and it's all okay. Nobody's saying this fish is not right here. I mean, humans can say so, but nature, the ocean is not telling the fish, you please go. So, so that's how my thoughts about.
I forgot to mention, you also have a book in English. Is that the only one you have?
No, this is my, I have one book about pain in German language only. This fascia Qigong, fitness with Qigong, this is in English. And I have also a second book in English which is called Posture Mastery, about posture. And I have online courses in English. Well, one about Qigong, it quite fits to that book here. And you're welcome to check that out. I have also a little YouTube channel where there are some exercising videos, and I will also upload a video about exercises to to balance long time of sittings. Some easy mobility exercises I would put together.
When you mention posture, is it only about the Zen posture, or is it posture in general?
No, it's posture in general.
I see.
So I worked also with scoliosis kids or adults. And, so I reckon there are of course some sets of exercises you do then, but I found them very hard to tell, to understand, and also to explain, and not fun at all usually. So I kind of changed those a lot. And I explained also why in my book. And so I just put some ideas from international trainers like Ido Portal or the Fighting Monkey group, or so different kind of philosophies, which has nothing really to do with scoliosis, but like those very effective exercises I recognized they are so helpful for posture. Just like when just thinking about the physical side, but I also explain about the psychological side of posture, because you can have the best muscle corset if you feel tired or just got a big argument with someone. You may end up in a poor posture because you are so depressed or so. So when I worked with an elderly lady and we did some posture exercise, but I knew she will go home and then just worry because nobody is calling her of her family. So I knew those posture exercises will not work at all until she may not change her mindset about that. Because if your kids, let's say, are calling you once a month or so, you can think like, oh, they are calling me only once a month, or you may think like, yes, they are calling me once a month. So you can see it a very different way. And I also see that with my client, it seems to be the same situation, but they are just judging it differently. So you can also judge your personal stress, like, oh, this is too much for me, or or yeah, I will go through that, and then I will relax as soon as possible. So I mean, we need also to relax and to give our body back relaxation time, because I know nowadays you know that also people who come to you may have a very busy schedule, and then try to squeeze the 20 minutes of zazen into it to at least get a little something positive out of that. But they have to kind of squeeze that out of their busy schedule. So it's more and more important to find that peace also in yourself. And I think when you train that, your body finds it quicker and quicker. So because your body knows already, okay, when I sit down here and I put my legs together like this, everything already says, okay, so now it's the time to check into myself and so on. So, or when I do my kind of qigong exercises, then just through the first movement, my whole body basically understands, okay, no tension now, just relax, just breathe slowly. So that's you get more and more anchored into that. So it's a very positive habit, like brushing the teeth. Sometimes I tell my clients, you are told that since your childhood, so you're not questioning that anymore. So as an adult, you would never say to your tooth doctor, I'm so sorry, for the last 3 months I was too busy to. You would never say that, because